Hello! So this is my new bookmark, so I can plug the pages that stand out to me. So anyway, this is the chapter about the experiment that the author did, which I'm kind of basing my own personal experiment on to see what I can accomplish in 365 days. Although I'm still waiting for his first book to be delivered because I'm supposed to actually read that one first, which I didn't really know until I read this one, started reading this one. So he wrote, could I take individuals with very little work experience and no family background in business and mentor them into becoming a self-made millionaire? How long would that take? Could it be achieved in a year? Would they learn the skills to be future-proof for life? So we'll see. I do not come from a family background with business, or anyone really mentoring me to go after my dreams or anything like that. Also, for a year, I mentored one individual on how to turn his perseverance into his first $1 million. I took detailed notes of each weekly session and I mapped out the process. My goal wasn't to just mentor one person, but to come up with a program by which anyone could future-proof their life. You now hold in your hand the knowledge and the results of our experiment. So this is just the start. I got really excited reading this chapter. So I hope I get the other book soon because I'd like to have it delivered today so I can, delve into it tomorrow. Because I don't want to get into these next chapters, which is the start of the experiment. Also, to be a fair test, the insights had to be theirs alone. They had to decide what type of business to launch, how to find their niche, and how to acquire customers. So I signed up for Peak Academy through Natalie Hodson. It's an amazing course, so I highly recommend her. Well, if she's a good fit, I feel like it has to be a good fit, but she was a good fit for me. With her 14-day base camp, I was able to find my niche. I have what she calls shiny object syndrome. So I have all of these ideas in my head for businesses or books or whatnot, and then I cannot narrow down where to start. And she helped with that. And there's a wealth of information in all of her modules. I just haven't gotten to all of them yet. But that was so key for me to just narrow down what to start on, what my first creation is. So that is helpful, but I haven't really pushed through to really do it yet. I mean, I went so far and then I just kind of went to a standstill. But this, listen to these podcasts and just really trying every day to, read growth mindset, personal development, to kind of keep my mind, my mindset goal-oriented. They had to decide what type of business to launch, how to find their niche, and how to acquire customers. The effort had to be theirs alone. If they didn't internalize the process, they wouldn't be future-proof. So that makes complete sense. You have to actually want to do this and have your idea and figure out, what it is you're going after, which makes sense. That's why I signed up for Natalie's course. Blah, blah, blah. He would have to use his skills to create a business that wasn't capital intensive and learn to reinvest his own profits to fuel his first year's growth. So that's really good because that's an issue with a lot of people, is not having any capital to start your business. And I know one of the ideas I have for a product to make, I didn't realize how much it costs to have a patent search done with a lawyer, and just getting the equipment and to get the product up and running. So I really need capital for that, but you know, my book idea, I don't need any capital. I just need to write it. I can, because of my background, I can actually just do my own design work in it, and so I don't need to hire a designer. And I already have a good friend of mine that's able to proofread and edit for me, but I can kind of proofread and edit. I'll do that before I hand it off to her, because I used to actually do that for a company also. So I have that going for me. So you think I'd have my freaking book done by now, right? Okay, Jen. So what I need to do for my book and for a couple of the other ideas I have that I don't need capital. Finding a mentee. I needed to find someone who was resilient and had overcome many obstacles in their life. Me. Everything's a lesson learned. I've definitely learned a lot over the years from my experiences. Someone who came from a tough background and, though not financially successful yet, worked hard to better their circumstances. Yup, definitely. I didn't want to invest all of this time and my reputation on a quitter. So yes, I completely agree with the author. You know, and I used to, even when I had like coaches, like Beachbody coaches and whatnot, you know, you need just anything. You need to be coachable. And there were times in my life I was not. And I get it, you know, and you can't keep talking somebody into doing something. You know, it's at some point it's like, do it or don't do it, okay? Like, I gotta tell myself that. Do it or don't do it. You know, enough already. No one has the time to like baby someone every day to try to talk them into bettering their life. You know, you gotta at some point step up. I get that. All right, so before turning Vin, his experiment loose on the world, experimentee, we discussed the importance of setting daily, weekly, and monthly goals. I learned that through Natalie. I also learned that through Darren Hardy. Very important. I have a whiteboard now that I was using for a bit, and then I stopped. I'm going to start using that again, which was really good. Setting it up the way Natalie told me to set up the whiteboard to create that. So that actually works well. And journaling, setting goals, planning out your day is the easiest way to stay focused. This journaling would have added benefit of reinforcing his growth mindset. Blah, blah, blah. To maximize revenue, one needs to also focus on those tasks that can only be performed at specific times of the day. You can make a sales phone call. You can't make a sales phone call at 11. His mantra was going to have to be daytime is for selling, nights are for writing proposals. There's like some bug flying around me. Okay, so we'll see. So there's another part in here. I thought I flagged it, but I didn't. Oh, okay. Vin would often tell me that this is the hardest he'd ever worked, and that as a young man it was equally hard to forego having any semblance of a social life. I'll go on holiday when this is over, he would frequently lament. Though often exhausted and operating on too little sleep, Vin stayed positive for our entire year working together and persevered. So I'm hoping to persevere. That is me. I am always exhausted and operating on too little sleep, and I know that stems a lot from just being a single mom. Like, I throw that out there all the time, but it's true. Like, I'm constantly this, and my mind is just like, did he do this? Did she do that? I need to, you know, make sure I'm on top of them, make sure they're eating right, you know, and making them breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and driving them there, and driving them and their friends here and there, and going to sports and other stuff. And it's just being pulled in so many different directions, all the time. And then when I'm at work, I can't do anything because I'm constantly just dealing with people all day, families, the residents, the nurses. So I'm constantly, my mind is just like, woo, you know, and then I also work part-time as a massage therapist. That's the business I closed. I work for myself, for women only. You know, and I do that part-time. And of course I can't multitask when I'm doing that. So even when I'm working on someone, I feel like I'm meditating and I get ideas, and it's not like I can write them down. But anyway, so this is a really good book. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to get the other book too, because I really have to read that first. So I have this. These videos I make, I post on Instagram and on YouTube, and I think I'm going to create a Facebook page too. And I don't even know how these are going to go. I'm not even sure what kind of page to even create. But I'm just going to do it and figure it all out later. I just really want to stay committed to posting a video every day for 365 days, and everyone can kind of see how far I get. Well, if there's anyone out there watching, see how far I get. Yeah, so anyway, have a good day. Bye.